Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Holly from hollygrace.ca and I'm so excited that you caught this video. This is a project that I've wanted to do for quite a while. So much so that I ordered these Cricut stackable mugs probably about 4 months ago and I've yet to even take them out of the box. I'm super excited though because today is the day we're going to take these out of the box and we are going to make some stackable mugs. Now I know when you're browsing all the projects on Cricut Design Space, the stackable mug projects, they seem very intricate and the designs seem very complex and they seem like very hard projects. But I'm hoping that after you watch this video, you will see that these projects are actually pretty beginner basic. So Cricut has taken a lot of the work out for you and actually sets up the project for you. And when you see this design, for example, it looks pretty complex, doesn't it? But it's actually only 2 triangles. So I'm going to show you with the Mint Infusible Ink transfer sheets and the geometric shapes just how easy this project actually is. So before we get into it, I do want to remind you to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any upcoming videos and hit the little bell if you want to be notified every time I post a video. Let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so all you need for this project is you need the Cricut stackable mugs, which I have here. You need a Cricut mug press. You need the 2 styles of infusible ink. So I'm going to be using Mint and the geometric shapes pattern box. Honestly, you can use whatever infusible ink transfer sheets you want. This is the one that is featured in the Design Space actual project, and I really like these colors, so we're going to go with this. And then of course you need a Cricut cutting machine. I'm going to be using the Cricut Maker 3. You can do this project with the Cricut Maker 3, a Cricut Maker, Cricut Explorer, Explorer 3. Any one of those machines will work. So before I start cutting, I do want to turn on my Cricut mug press so that it warms up and it's ready to go. And to do that, all we have to do is hit the power button on the top and it's red, and then when it's ready to go, it'll be green. So we're just going to let that heat up. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up Cricut Design Space here and open up our project. All right, so this is the project here that I'm going to be making, the black and white pattern stackable mugs. So like I mentioned, it seems very complex. They're stacked on top of each other. You have a lot of patterns going on here, but when you scroll over, you will notice that it's just a series of cuts. It's really not that hard. So, and with Cricut Design Space, what they've done is they've actually walked you through everything here so that everything is step by step. You don't really have to think about it. It'll tell you exactly how to do everything. So let's go ahead here and let's just go right to make it. Okay, so actually when we go to just straight make it, you see here on the mat, this is the outline that is going to cut out the template to wrap around the mug. We actually need this to be attached to at least one of the colors. So we're going to hit cancel here. We're just going to go back to the mat, the project here on our canvas. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go over here and I'm going to select the blue. So we'll go over here to the right hand side menu. We're going to select the blue bottom part and one of the templates, and we're going to actually attach that. And then we're going to go through and we're going to do the same thing down here, the blue triangle, and we're going to also select the template at the same time, and we're going to attach that. Because there's no point in it not cutting out together and actually attaching. So we're going to attach it once more, and then for our 4th mug as well. This and this. Oh, wait, where's our last one? There it is. And attach. Okay, so now when we go to make it on a mat, you can see these will be the one pattern, and then these are all the other patterns already attached. So these are going to cut out in the mint color, and then this is going to be the geometric patterns. So now, when you're working with infusible ink transfer sheets, you always want to get in the habit of mirroring for this project, it really doesn't matter because they're just straightforward triangles and shapes. So mirroring is not gonna make that much of a difference. But I always go ahead and do it just because I don't want to get out of the habit, because the next time I do have a project where I need to mirror, I want to make sure that I mirror. I did actually forget. So I actually do want to move the triangles to their own mats. I do want to cut them out into each different pattern in the pack of the geometric pattern. So I do want them to be different. So I'm just moving them to their own mats here because, like I said, I don't want to cut them out in all of the same geometric pattern. And you'll see that here when I'm loading my mat. So let's go ahead and hit continue here. Okay, so now for our material, we are going to select the transfer sheets. So I'm going to go into Browse All Materials, and we're just going to search up transfer sheet. We want Infusible Ink transfer sheet. So I'm going to start with the first pattern here. And I always like to go ahead and use my brayer and smooth out the transfer sheets because they can get a little bit bumpy. And then we're going to go ahead and load that. Now we're going to cut the mint. If you've never worked with Infusible Ink transfer sheets before, don't be alarmed. The colors are very muted on the transfer sheet compared to what they'll be once you apply the heat. So this does not look like mint at all right now. It's almost like a very, very light sky blue or baby blue. But like I said, once you apply the heat, the true color of the Infusible Ink will come out. So we're going to go ahead and load the Infusible Ink transfer sheet into the Cricut cutting machine, and then it's going to cut out all the templates for us. Once it's done cutting out, you will notice here the templates just pop right out of the Infusible Ink transfer sheets, and then we're going to go ahead and weed all of our designs. So this tab here, we don't want that Infusible Ink. This is actually the tab that is going to stick it to our mug. So we peel off these pieces, and those pieces are just garbage. So I'm going to do that on every single one here. Now, my transfer sheets, I've had them for a long time, so the plastic is kind of ripping a little bit when I pulled it, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. I still have enough there to stick it to the mug. Now, this triangle piece in the middle, that is the piece that we're going to peel away. And then we are going to lay in one of our pattern pieces. So this is one pattern piece here. So all I have to do is peel out the triangle. We're just going to simply take that triangle and we are going to stick it in the middle. Just like building a puzzle here. So I'm going to repeat that process with my other pieces. We are going to bring in our mugs here. Now what we want to do to make sure that we get the design right is I'm actually going to stack up the mugs and do a test run. In the image on Design Space, they go in a very certain order. So we have this one first. So that one goes around first. That's number 1. Then it goes this one, but instead of wrapping it like that, I'm pretty sure they do it this way. So we flip the triangle up the other way so that they go crisscross like this, okay? So it would be up that way with the triangle pointed up. So if you can just see here, I'm doing it. Yes, so the triangles would point together like this. That's how it's going to go there, overlaying our mug. So I'm going to keep these in order like this so I press my mugs the right way. So we're going to start with the first one. So all we have to do is line up the guide marks under the mug handle. Now, if you are worried about it moving around and you don't think that this stickiness is enough to hold it, so I just like to take a little piece of heat tape and secure it just under the handle so that that doesn't move at all. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop this one in the mug press. So just slide it down there. Push the lever down, and then the lights here will tell us when it's done. It'll beep when it's done. Okay, so all we have to do is release the lever. Be very careful because the mug is very hot. Now we don't want to peel off this paper right away. We want to let the mug cool down, because once we peel the paper off, it exposes it to the air, and that's when you will notice maybe some fading or some blurred ink lines. So we're going to let that cool on there before we remove the paper. But I am going to go ahead and do my other mugs here. Go ahead and remove this one. So that's our first one, and you can see that beautiful mint color. I can't get over the vibrant, stunning colors from the Infusible Ink transfer sheets on these stackable mugs. I'm so happy with how this project turned out, and I really hope that me breaking it down like this for you has been helpful. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments, and I would be more than happy to answer those for you the best that I can. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell if you want to be notified of future videos.